Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I, man, here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi, and today we're going to talk about how to onboard onto the BRC20 train at $685 million market cap. No big deal.
Yeah, we probably should have made this video a little sooner.
Yeah.
Well, we read some of your guys' comments. It's like, man, you guys are doing a great job hyping up this space.
But how?
Yeah, but what the fuck, man? It's like, I don't even know how to get in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
But there's tons of other guides, I'm sure, at this point on YouTube or on the internet how to get involved. But let's just go through some of our favorite tools of what we've been using over the last, several weeks, dabbling in this space.
Yeah, so let's talk about the wallets first, because that's like the first thing that you need.
Let's take, because usually based on my own DGen past and history, the thing that gets me interested in markets is like an actual visualizer of what's happening in the market, right? So we need our coin market cap, CoinGecko for the BRC20 space. So this is what we found.
Okay, so there's another one, BRC20.io, and then there's Ordi space.
Yeah, but BRC20.io has been historically very inaccurate.
Yeah, we can show you here.
Yeah, I mean, so you're going to see they caught back up. So earlier today, it was at $1 billion when it really was not. If you actually are looking at the spot price on Unisat, BRC20, this ordspace.org, I think, has been much more on point, in my opinion. So for us, this is going to be our go-to, what do you want to call this? Visualizer?
Yeah.
It's not an explorer.
Yeah, the only thing that I see missing here is just the ID number, that
True
description ID number. But, I mean, you could argue that's not relevant.
What the heck? You were saying it totally was.
I said you could argue that it's not relevant just because, I mean, look at this. 1,000, 5,000, like, it's probably not relevant anymore.
Because early on, when this market cap was like in the 20s of millions when we first, started looking at it, these were some of like the earliest interpretations of value propositions to these BRC20s. It's like, hey, the earlier the ID,
the more
value.
Provenance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the market is already evolving like 2 to 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
And we're starting to think about utility a little bit more and stuff like this.
Yeah, look at that Domo.
Correct. Look at that Domo, dude. Okay, so this is it. These are your two options as far as getting a grasp on what the market is doing, the market activity.
Okay, so next is the Unisat wallet.
Yes. So you need a wallet, right? You need to send Bitcoin somewhere.
You need to send Bitcoin to a wallet that interacts with these, with Unisat, for example, a marketplace.
Correct. So yeah, because Unisat does have like the biggest of marketplaces, it makes most sense to download this wallet since it's directly integrated into that process. But there is another one called Ordinal's wallet. Actually, was the first one that I tampered with.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah. I mean, it functions fine, just like any other wallet. And, they have their own here visualizer themselves, so you can utilize that. But like I said, if you could look at this this tweet here, you want to know where all the volume and the activity is happening, it's on Unisat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So just a couple of, I think yesterday we released 2 videos.
And I think we might release 2 today again. I don't know. There's just so much happening in this space. It's, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and one of the videos we estimated about 50,000 users. And what do you know? About 50,000 users.
Where did you get that ballpark estimate from, dude?
I could just feel it, dude.
You could just feel it?
Yeah, I felt it.
It's like, dude, there's no way more than 50,000 people are out there flipping BRC20s. And you know what? You were right.
And we were first talking about it, it was like under 10,000 people.
Oh, yeah. Like a handful.
Like maybe 5,000 at best.
Yeah, exactly. So there has been obviously tremendous growth ever since, I think, like the Vamp X launch that happened a day or 2 ago.
Yeah.
That really was like the launch that really shook up the network. So everybody kind of like is paying attention to the disruption effect of that. Yes. So there's a lot more people aware of BRC20s. So expect, more volume to follow in.
Mm-hmm. So the Dune Analytics is going to be really important because, as you can see, we are approaching top signals.
Oh, what top signals? No way, dude.
Maybe.
Well, this is the difficult part, right? Obviously, there's a market here.
Yeah.
But figuring when to, like, the potential tops and bottoms of these things, it's probably the most difficult thing to do.
Yeah, because right now, I guess the ecosystem is onboarding the exchanges, like Binance. Binance just announced they're supporting
Correct.
BRC20s. And
Yeah.
so what happens when exchanges support something? Things either go really up or they go really down.
Yeah, right now there's definitely been like a sell-off today, like around 30 to 40% correction in the overall market.
Yeah.
Because people are taking profits. So in the local short-term sense, this probably is like a correction moment. You can call that a top, whatever, a local top.
Shit, after 2 weeks, man, that's
insane.
insane.
It's natural. People who got in early enough are taking profits, but that doesn't mean like this market's done.
No, for sure.
Yeah, like this is how markets go. There's ups and downs, ebbs and flows, but nonetheless, there's a lot of upside potential remaining.
Yeah, because this is still small, right? 50,000 people is nothing.
Exactly.
All right, so we got the equivalent to Etherscan. Everybody's listening to us has used Etherscan before.
Yeah.
So type in your Bitcoin wallet, and then you got your standard Etherscan viewer.
Yeah, this is the Explorer option for BRC20s, which is important too. You got to have verification that the things that you are buying are actually, truly the real version of what it is that you want to buy in the first place, right? You want to verify things before you actually buy anything.
Yeah.
So if you see a new project doing a new mint, you want to verify an Ordi scan, this Explorer, making sure the thing that you're buying is authentic and not, a copycat scammer, right? Because in this space, you're going to get a lot of scam attempts.
Yep.
It's very high risk and dangerous,
That's because anybody can inscribe another Ordi.
It's true. Yeah.
There's no difference between the two other than the ID number.
Correct. So you want to make sure you're getting the real deal thing here. And then before we get into Coax, I guess can we go back to the Unisat wallet marketplace, because there is something to consider here.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, I guess, the biggest barrier to entry for everybody is you have to either have an OG pass or 20 Unisat points, which is basically 20 different inscriptions.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so many tokens out there, because people are inscribing anything.
Yeah, there's different methods and ways to inscribe through Unisat. You can inscribe names, you can inscribe just text itself, you can inscribe images as an ordinal, you can inscribe your own token if you want, your own BRC20s, right? But they all have a cost, and that cost is continually getting higher and higher and higher because Bitcoin is getting more and more congested, right? So I would recommend it's advisable to, if you want to participate in these types of markets, to get past these requirements as early as possible, because if the fees continue to go up, it's almost going to be unfeasible.
Yeah.
It's going to become like a whale-dominated space, right?
Right.
If this 20 Unisat barrier of entry becomes $5,000, who's going to do that?
Yeah.
Well, what normal people is going to do that?
Yeah. Nobody. Only the whales.
Yeah, but this is just what it is right now. This market is obviously going to expand. Like we're saying, there's already tons of centralized exchanges onboarding this stuff. So Unisat isn't going to be the only player in town for much longer. There's going to be more options.
Yes. Yeah. So, but for now, this is
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, what it is. All right. And so here's the I guess one of the things that we want to talk about is there's a missing component to all of this, and it's a viewer of after you purchase all your assets. Yeah. You need a portfolio viewer. Yeah. It didn't exist until Coax protocol.
Yeah, it's always been shocking to me, dude. It's I've always, we have a balance of what our BRC20s are in our Unisat wallets, right? But and it's connected to the marketplace of Unisat itself.
Yeah, you would think you'd be able to see everything.
Yeah, your balance, the value of the balance of your tokens, right? Which is very normal. Etherscan does this. Or not MetaMask, I meant. MetaMask, every time you have ERC20 tokens in your wallet, you know exactly how much all that's worth.
Yep.
Right? So a third-party protocol has emerged, Coax. It's a portfolio viewer, right? Manager tool. And it works. And this thing literally launched today.
It's 6 or 7 hours ago.
I know. It's kind of mind-blowing how fast these things are entering the market because, that's the pace of innovation, right? When there are problems, like I said, there's a demand. It's man, I really wish I knew.
Yeah.
How much all these tokens are worth. So somebody stepped up to the plate and delivered a product.
Yeah. So basically, hold Coax and get free access to a portfolio to track your current BRC20 tokens, your gains, and more.
Yeah, the more is the swap portion from what I see. So the swap tool right now is not functional. I actually went into the Discord for Coax and ask them directly, say, hey man, what's the timeline for this tool to become, usable? Because swapping of your BRC20 tokens is massive.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the response was not yet, but that is their focus. And I think a roadmap eventually is going to be on display on this website itself, which will have those timelines there, right?
So are we looking at the this quick swap of BRC20s?
Quick swap?
Yeah, or Uniswap?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There's so many different dexes, right? So there's never going to be like one single dex, but I don't know. It's hard to say because we got Oshi Finance working on, liquidity pools and an Orpo as well.
Yeah.
We're about to talk about something that's building on stacks that has been already built and established on stacks called Alex.
Yeah, and they're just integrating ordinals into it.
Correct. So the DEX environment is building before our eyes. The tools to swap these things, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be our focus, is to figure out, which of these things are actually functional, which ones have actually like liquidity present if they're decentralized, stuff like this.
Yeah.
But for now, Coax is definitely a useful tool to track your value of your BRC20s.
Okay, and so they have another, I guess, market.
Another viewer. Yeah, with direct. So this is good. This is helpful because they have direct links to like these tokens. You see that little Unisat icon?
Yeah. This
is what you're talking about. Now, no longer do you need the ID. It'll take you straight to the correct BRC20 listing page.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Yeah, this is great. This is very useful.
Yeah, man. So I would say this is pretty much the. So one other thing to address is, I think one of the big things that's going to trip people up when you first get into this space. We can't really demo it because we don't have like an active Unisat wallet with any BRC20s on this computer. But if we did, what would you want to do here? Like, say you want to list one of your BRC20s on Unisat, you want to sell something, right? There's an added friction process to this that doesn't exist on Ethereum or other L1s.
Yeah. You have to convert it to like a transfer
inscription.
Yeah.
You have to inscribe, I guess, like the information that's going to allow you to put in how many tokens of your balance that you want to become transferable. So keep that in mind. You can't just buy these things and they're in your wallet and all of a sudden you think you could list them right away like you can in other protocols. It doesn't work like that. So you have to inscribe. Let the ordinal system know that you want to package these things into something that is transmittable.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can buy basically 2 purchases of a total of 5 tokens, and then you have to, once you receive those 5 tokens, you have to inscribe the fact that you want to sell 3 of them or 4 of them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And because you want to keep one, and then so you inscribe that, the transfer function in there.
Yep. There's a fee for that.
And then it's listed on the marketplace.
Well, then you can list it on the market. So now you have 4 out of the 5 that are transferable.
Okay.
So with those 4, now you can come to Unisat itself and list those 4, or however many you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only want to sell, I think, you list the transferable ones. That's what the point. So that is something different, and that is the added friction point. I've been seeing a lot of people confused about that. Understandably so.
Yeah, we're used to a specific flow when selling assets.
Correct. And
it's like you buy them and then you just list them, right? You don't have to do anything else.
Right. And I think at some point in the future, like right now, this is very cumbersome, and it's getting people to think like, dude, are these really not fungible tokens, are they? Right?
Yeah.
Because if they were truly fungible, you wouldn't have to have this added step.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's why you say like they're NFTs.
They're NFTs representing, a fungible set of tokens.
Right. But that doesn't mean at some point in the future this stuff isn't going to be like phased out of the front end experience and moved to the back end. Some sort of routing process or something to facilitate that whole middle action of having to do that middleman inscription. It's just going to be added into the front end cost of these events, right? But still hidden from the front end experience. That's my prediction. At some point,
I think you're right.
Some platform or some dev will develop this.
Yeah, I guess you would have to say you have your tokens. I want to sell 5 of them. I was like, okay, the fee to sell 5 is like $50,
right? And then maybe there's like they're gonna hide it from you, but there's a middle routing process to generate that back end inscription in order for these things to act more like fungible, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely needed. Another problem, and whoever fixes that, kudos to you. You know what I mean?
All right. So final thing, let's look up. Let's look up Coax, and we might find like a ton here. Let's see.
Yeah, keep in mind Coax. Literally, like a few hours ago, we found out about this project. Just hit our Twitter feed, you know, and for me, this was big. It's like, oh, finally, dude, something I could view my balance at. So here we go. This is the live listing price.
Yeah, so this is the floor price right here. So 2 million sats, which is around $660.
This guy's selling 4,000 of them.
4,000, yeah, 4,000 tokens. 599 sats per Coax.
Right. So this is early as it early gets. So if you didn't get in on the mint, which is probably already minted out, like
yeah,
this is the secondary market activity of it. The utility of it is you're going to need it in order to get access to their tools and stuff. So like I said, we're starting to enter a little bit more of a utility era, right?
Yeah.
People are building products and services and leveraging BRC20s to support that.
Yeah,
which is good.
So this token released a few hours ago. The market cap's under $1 million, right?
I believe so, but we need to verify that. I guess, is it registering on, let's see.
On Ordinal's analysis? Well, it's
not yet.
Not coming up.
Okay, I guess it's that new. It's not even registered on the market cap list yet. So keep an eye on it. This is not financial advice at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, just like we say about everything when it comes down to like AI projects, anything that's so new like this is all experimental.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're seeing like wild fluctuations, like 50% on the day.
50%?
69.
Dude, there was like 800% yesterday on something, or like 2,500% on others.
Yeah, 159 here.
Yeah, these are definitely some wild fluctuations. But like you said, oh, damn. That's quite the dumping right there. 86% down.
142 up.
Shout out Shent. That's Francis coin. Shout out to him.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, this is extremely speculative, and you got to do your own research. There's a lot. I mean, all these tabs are necessary just to get started. Yeah, just to get started.
Just to even dabble. And of course, the most important tool of all is Twitter.
Yes.
Like when you actually want to know and be plugged in to what's happening.
Yeah, everything happens on Twitter. Twitter Spaces, that's where people make decisions.
Yes.
That's where conversations are had.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how we're finding everything.
Correct. So maybe we'll put out like so we've been thinking about, we need to leverage the YouTube like communications thing, like where you could type things out, messages to our community.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come up with a list of like top influencers that we're following.
Yeah.
Because that sounds very important. So if we're listening to them and, you know, whenever they do a Twitter space or a call, we hop in right immediately, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys need to know that information too. So we'll package that up for you guys soon.
Okay, yeah, that sounds really good. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, and then also, I mean, we got a Discord, we got people asking questions in there.
It's true, yeah. If you guys want to know more granular details of how to, you know, become aces in this space, let us know in the Discord for sure. And we have a crypto channel. We do all kinds of stuff because we build projects ourselves in the metaverse. So we have a channel that's specifically focused on this called the Crypto Channel in our Discord. That's what we'll be.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter as well, at The Block Runner, at MetaZone.io, and at Roby AI, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.